Hey guys, I'm playing realistic Minecraft mod, known as Terrafirmacraft Hardrock, which is a realistic and challenging mod where you start off from nothing and have to use mechanics such as napping stone for tools, molding and firing clay, melting metal to fill molds for tools, and setting up systems to refine ore. Meanwhile, you have to manage thirst and hunger while keeping yourself safe from hostile creatures. This is the second part of a new series I'm making, and compared to the last video, we are doing a voiceover rather than subtitles. So for recap, in our previous video, we started off with nothing, going from stone tools to copper, with the use of painstakingly panning for it from gravel. We made our tools eventually, and we traveled to a new area where we mined malachite, which is a form of copper. And of course, that's not the end of it. Malachite isn't enough. We need to refine it using sluices and grinding in mills. Of course, the sluice system requires a lot of digging, and we managed to do that. But we did encounter some setbacks, because as you know, before we died to a tarantula, but this time we died to a creeper that came out of nowhere, destroying our sluice system, which required us to remake it. And after all that, remaking our sluice system and doing some more refining and mining, we ended our video on a good note. Now, what's next? First thing we start off doing is we check around. We try to remember what we did last time, of course, and we organize our inventory. So for now, I'd say that my main goal right now is to obtain enough copper for a copper anvil. And eventually that should lead us to obtaining more copper, but also finding tin so we can make bronze, which then we can make a bronze anvil. So as you can see, I chopped down a tree so I could get some wood. I eventually used that wood and chop it into supports, which can be used into planks so I can make 2 additional chests. Next, we grab some stone and we're gonna make a hammer. And as we craft the hammer, we're gonna use it to crush some ore, which the ore will eventually be put into the sluice. Now we're gonna grab some sticks and some straw and make ourselves some torches, because it's very important to see and it's quite dark, as you can probably already tell. And here we are, placing all the torches down so we can use another torch to light them, which I think is pretty cool. But, one of my things is, I don't know why you can't use torches to, light fires and other things, but, just me. And for this next part, we're gonna do a bit of mining, so I'm gonna speed up the footage and maybe even do some cool transitions for any other part that gets long and tedious. Now we head back up, empty our inventory, grab our ore, and, you know, just crush it and put it in the sluice. Let it refine. And for our next thing we do is we're gonna grab some wood, grab 2 additional chests so we can put some of the products of the sluice into so it doesn't get too full. We're of course leaving like the main ore inside so we know exactly where it is. And here is a nice shot. We drink some water, and I'm looking for the wheats or the barley, and we just eat and stare at that sunrise as it's day 7 already. So as you can see, we go back mining. This is very normal Minecraft gameplay, but you know, it's how it is. You do this for hours and whatnot, but there's even more steps with Terrafirmacraft. It would usually consist of mining, crushing the ore with a hammer, putting it in a sluice, and then grinding it up in a millstone or whatever. Anyways, just watch this nice gameplay. Oh yeah, so like right there, as you can see, like where I'm facing, there's a bison. It makes a lot of noises. You can probably hear it during the video, but it scares me sometimes. Because dying is really easy. So for this next part, I grab a shears. Because you know last video, you silkworms, you get from shearing the leaves. I don't know why it doesn't work, or why you need to shear leaves in the first place, but you have to. So you shear leaves, and then you break the leaves, you place down with a crook, and there's a chance to get a silkworm. And silk is pretty important, mainly because you need string to make a lot of things. We'll get to it, because it's gonna help us for the next video, which is steel. And for getting steel, we're gonna need bees. And to make bees, we're gonna need hives, which you can only make with string. So far, I think I've placed like 4 silkworms. It's not a lot, but it'll they grow, you know, they spread and they infest. But you know, it's generally a good idea. Best idea to place a lot of them beforehand, so you get a lot more in the end. So back to monotonous gameplay. I love monotonous gameplay. Yay! Also, while this plays out, would you guys like some music or something, or is just like pure Minecraft audio? Like, does that do it for you? Also, shout out to Casey being the only commenter, and also Bernard. Bernard, You're also commenting. Hey, anyways, if you guys want me to play some music, I could put some Kevin Macleod or something else. But I won't do anything copyrighted. I'll try and be safe with it. Hey, but I also kind of personally, I also just like the Minecraft audio. So yeah, just enjoy this. You know what? We're gonna do a crazy transition, like starting right now. Ooh, ooh! You see that? You see that? That's so cool. That's so cool. Anyways, that's it. So after I'm done organizing this, I want to show you a cool mechanic or just a thing you can do. So whenever you're sluicing stuff, there's byproducts, and one of those byproducts is the little small piles. You can combine them so you get more of the dirty dust, and you get more ore basically for free. For free, it's like it's a little bonus. It's like a reward. So, after I'm done chopping this wood, I decide to go on a trip. And as you can see, I'm like starving. So, hopefully, during this trip, I can find some food. And what's trip for? To find tin and some other ores, map out the place and find what I'm looking for. So, we're gonna speed up some of this footage, maybe skip here and then, but that's about it. Here you can see I end up like finding no food, so I just end up like taking the food out of the vessel in my backpack and just straight up eat it because I don't want to die, and plus having low hunger gets rid of your running ability to run. Anyways, let's get back to it. As you can see here, I find a villager's hut, and you know I'm trying to press on the bed so I can set my spawn point there because well, it's better have a set spawn point than not have a set spawn point. Even though, I kind of regret this because I don't really like spawning there. It's farther away from my base. So after, like, looking at the ground, not so far from the hut actually, I find some granite, which is for zinc, which is important later on. I try to melt it at one point, but I realized that I can't get it. I can't melt it yet. But, it's always good to know where certain things are. I also try to find where all the pieces are, but I just give up eventually and go ahead and look for tin somewhere. I also find some other things like bismuth. Not what I'm looking for, but it's cool. It'll take a while for me to find tin. Also, a nice thing is you get to find crops, get some seeds, and if I eventually, put some time into it, I can make food instead of gathering. It's it would be nice, but I'll do it. I'll do it when I have time. Also, you can see here that I almost walk into a pair of dire wolves, which would have been bad. A good thing there's a rock there, or else they would have saw me and just demolished me. And after that, I realized that I don't know if I want to be carrying a vessel around, because it gives you an exhausted trait. As long as you have it on the back, it doesn't affect you. But if you have one in your inventory, it gives you exhausted trait, which runs your water and food down a lot faster than normal. So yeah, I place it down and I'm running in a direction. I eventually do find tin in the form of cassiterite. So, it's awesome. I have found exactly what I was looking for. It didn't take too long. I probably would have cried if it took like more than like 40 minutes. So anyways, I pick up all the pieces because when you pick up the pieces, it marks it on a map and you can find out where like the center is, so you're more likely to dig down and just find it. I also find some gold too, right next to the where I found the tin, which is pretty cool. Gold would be useful, and also you can see it. Like I see a tarantula, I kill it because compared to like last part, I live. I destroy the burrow, and I collect the gold. Anyways, so soon after, I go back and I put stuff in a chest, and I place the rest of my stuff down, like the vessels. And of course, we need to get the other vessel. So here I am, grabbing it and grabbing some food because, man, I'm hungry. And, heading back. And once I get there, I just place it down, put my food back, and, on to the next thing. So here we grab ourselves a jug, and we go walking. I plan to grab some water, and then shortly after, I'm gonna go head to a tree. Get some more wood. It's never a bad thing to have more wood. Also, during this, I think I find more tin. So in case we finish the other thing, there's like one right next to it. So it's not that bad. But we also don't need that much. So here we get the tree chopped down, and we collect the logs, and we head back. We head back. Go deposit our stuff and start mining. And oh, look, there's a. Is that a buffalo? Might be a bison. I don't know. It's an animal. So we also also need a chopping block so we can get more wood and stuff. You see me there, just stare at the thing. But right now we don't really need to chop any of the birch trees. I just wanted to get sticks for some reason. I didn't really need them. Here I make some ladders using planks. Ladders are very important for mining, so you can go up and down inside the mine. And I also drink the water I got. So the thing is, it's not pure water. It's not clean. So there's dangers. You can get poisoned by drinking unclean water. If it's not boiled, you risk like getting a zombification effect or nausea or poison. But good thing I only got what seems to be exhaustion, which isn't bad. It's very very minor effect. It's the best one you could get, I'd imagine. And we end up finding the vein of cassiterite. So, and then you can see that I mine it out. I set up my little supports so it can, I won't die to a cave-in. And I'm digging more space so I can move the support so I can place the ladder this time. And what you're gonna see next is very, very unfortunate. So as you see here, the ladder triggers that to fall, and I just die. It's very unfortunate. So that means I have to walk all the way back to where I was, which a good thing isn't like a bajillion blocks, because I had the spawn point. It's only good for this, I'd imagine. I'd say it's only good for this. So we're just gonna walk back and try and place ladders, see if we can get our stuff back. Here we're gonna make some additional ladders so we can go down. It will be a bit tedious, and that's what it. Making ladders, getting our stuff back. As simple as that. You see me just place ladders. It's hard because ladders extend out a bit and block your view. It's really scary, actually, especially doing that drop. And I fall again, but I place a ladder at the bottom. So I guess that's progress. So now we're just gonna head back. We're gonna just cut to me already being there. All right, yeah. So we're back, and I'm thinking of making ladders, hoping I could like do a ladder clutch or just get past my body in general. Well, we'll see what happens. So as you see, I go down, and I try placing a ladder, but I can't because the body's blocking it. And I try to grab my stuff, and I fall again, and I die. And we're gonna try again. We're persistent, and we're here. We're back. And this time I don't even bother like making ladders because we're gonna ladder clutch, and it's like very weird because the bodies are there, so you can't really see it. So I just stop suddenly. This part's pretty annoying because I have to do a lot of things. So I mean, wasn't for like a lot of stuff, I probably could have gone up faster, but this takes a bit. I don't know why. We'll just skip to me getting there already. So here I do like basically parkour. I have to jump back and catch the ladder while I place it and then go up. Cause the bodies, annoyingly, you can't really remove them. Annoyingly, yeah, I know, very annoying. So I had to do this, and I realized that I could just place a block behind and jump into that, because that's smart, Now we're going back up, and I get to my body, the first me that died, and I'm like, let's just get out of here. Let's just get out of here. That's exactly what I do, and I grab my stuff, essential items, grab my tools first, put it in the tool slots, because that doesn't take up any space at all. Grab a torch because it's dark, and just grab the rest. And I think I leave after this because I have enough. I already have enough like ore, more than I need, basically. But we'll see. We'll see. Actually, no, I don't have enough. So that's why I'm going down, because I need to get more ore. I'm obviously not gonna do that much digging. So now we're going back up because I believe I have enough tin for what I need. And I struggle with the ladder because it's very weird. It's hard to do. And we're gonna set up, crush our ore, grab our vessels, store stuff, and just go back home. And like that, we got our tin. All we need. And we finally make it home. I place, my vessels down, empty them out, drink some water first before I empty them out. And, have a little bit of a snack. Watch that tree. I wish I looked at the sunrise during this, but, So anyways, we grab the crushed stuff, and we toss it into the sluice, process it. Alright, and here we're gonna grab our malachite powder, because we're gonna make an anvil now. Copper anvil. And I'm measuring out the exact amount we need for our anvil. As you see, I'm turning it into pellets, and then turn those pellets into briquettes, so that there's less to burn, or less to melt, because they're all one big chunk. As you see, I'm gonna grab some cobble, dig a little hole, and make a charcoal forge right there. And I finally found the charcoal, and I need some sticks so I can make a fire starter. And I make 2. And I fill it up, and I'm gonna light it now. We get a charcoal forge, put my briquettes in, but not yet though, because I need molds, and also need vessels. So maybe I shouldn't have put the charcoal in yet, so we're gonna take it out, put the charcoal in that chest, and also the briquettes in that chest, and we're gonna need clay for this next part, because we're gonna fire a lot of stuff. So we dig a hole right there, put our unfired vessels in, put our dirt away, make sure we have space for the clay we're gonna collect, and also actually put our briquettes and our ore in there. So now I'm gonna go over here. There seems to be a clay patch somewhere around here, the map's telling me, and right there it is. Now we're just gonna click this clay. I'll speed it up for you guys, and we're gonna make some more pottery. So now we finally have our clay. And as you see, I'm just looking through chests for some reason. I have no idea why. And I'm gonna make sure that all the sluices are even, because for some reason the sluice last one didn't really go in there. So let's get that fixed. Nice and fixed. As you see, I noticed there's some already unfired molds in there. I'm gonna grab those. And I think for this next part, I go back to the original place where I spawned, so I can grab the molds there. I'm pretty sure they're already fired or they're unfired, but we'll speed it up. So I guess there's only a fired vessel, and that was it. I mean, it's still better than having no vessel. And we're just gonna head back and mold some clay, fire those. And that'll probably take 10 minutes to finish. So we finally got most of our clay and stuff molded. So yeah, I just realized need wood for this. So we're gonna go get some wood. So now we have our wood. We're just gonna place it down right there and get some more clay so we can do a little bit more of pottery. So we just finished mining some more clay so we can do some more pottery. I'm still gonna keep it speed up because this kind of does take a while. So we get all our pots done. One more vessel. Nudge. Now, next part, we're obviously cutting because there's some random stuff I do. We get some straw, which is needed to fire the clay. And during this, we also encounter a spider. We demolish it because I'm just that cracked. So yeah, and I think next part of this, we're gonna fire it all. See, we got all our logs right then and there. Filling them all up with straw first. 8 straw and then 8 logs. Now after that's done, we can... Now we can light it, yeah! So in the meanwhile, while we wait for the pottery to be fired, we're just gonna, you know, grind the chunks of the cassiterite, which is tin. So I'm gonna do like an epic, freaking epic transition, because you don't want to see this. Yeah, so now we're done grinding that cassiterite. Now we can sluice it and finish up the last 3 bits, because that's awesome. A lot of grinding in this game, and I mean that literally. All right, so now we have this done. Let's get this smelting. So here we're just gonna start this charcoal, light it up, and I'm gonna skip because I do some random stuff behind the scenes. And we're gonna put that vessel in. So right now I'm actually testing to see if if I melt it, it would go in the vessel, which it does. Short answer. Long answer, you just watch the video. As you see, it does. So I decided to put the rest. Now at the time, I didn't see any issue with putting it in the vessel, but it just becomes a hassle. I should have just already put it in the molds beforehand. So really, I didn't think about it earlier, but the vessel will have to heat up all the way back, and that's like it takes longer to heat up if there's more liquid in. So I'm gonna have to wait a long time for that heat to come back. Also, making a stone forge. So yeah, I realized that I can't use limestone to make a stone forge. So I went over here to see if I can use phyllite, which I find out I can't. So I don't do anything to change it. I just decide to mine phyllite because I need to make more currents because it'll increase how fast I can grind those chunks. So yeah, we just did a cut there, and oh hey look, it's gabbro. It's a rock we can use to make a stone anvil. So we're just gonna grab this real quick and head right on back. Having to travel a big distance for one thing. I mean, it wasn't that big. Not a big of a deal. Anyways, let's get going. So here we get back. We place our rock, our special rock, and we turn it into an anvil. And yeah, so we're gonna heat up our bronze, and we also realize that the vessel doesn't empty out. So we're gonna have to manually empty it out ourselves and grab the wrong molds in the process. As you see, you just stick it in there and wait for it to fill up. Pull it out, stick it in there, wait for it to fill up, repeats. You do the same thing over and over again, which is fun, period. So yeah, now we have that. We'll put it back into the furnace so it stays warm, so the contents inside the vessel don't solidify. And we take it out, and we have a bit of a moment here. We refill our molds, get more bars, empty out the vessel as much as we can. Try to make sure that the bars in the charcoal forge, is that what it's called, don't melt. I mean, it'd just be inconvenient, but you know, they could totally melt. There we are, putting it back in. And we're gonna put all that stuff in because we have to watch out for our copper ingots, or else they might melt. So we're gonna combine them. And then I realized I don't have any flux. So we take these 2 limestone rocks, crush it, turn it into flux, put it in there, and there you go, weld them together. So we need to do this 6 more times to get an anvil. So I'm gonna do some cool editing. Show me welding all of them. Yay! So now that we have 7 of these big ingots, we can make an anvil. We just made it. Yay! So now we're gonna place it down somewhere right there. And I think the next thing is we do bronze. We're doing this back to back, but we're also gonna need like a lot more charcoal. I think, or I have been working on charcoal this entire time between, you know, cuts and edits. So here's me measuring out copper, seeing how much we need, which I'm sure that's enough. That should be enough for like all the bronze we need for the anvil, and bronze to make tools as well. We're gonna have to alloy this with the tin, so I'm quite sure the tin's already done, which is a good thing because we did all that grinding while we were waiting for the firing to end. And you also have to mix it in a vessel. That's an important thing. You can't put it in a ingots mold, or else, well, it'll just pour out. You can only put one kind of thing in an ingot mold. You can't put multiple. You can't mix it in it. So we just grab our tin, and you can hear zombies in the background. There's like a cave somewhere, but there's nothing to worry about with them. So yeah, we put it in. We're gonna skip ahead to where we have the bronze. So another thing I always do while I'm waiting for like stuff to melt is I just, you know, chop some trees. Because we need wood. We need wood. Make charcoal piles, burn them, get more charcoal. It's very... Holy. This time I got attacked by a spider, which I don't think I have enough time, because I believe that the thing... Yeah, I'm going to add the tin in now, which is the final step. But also I'm going to have to reheat the vessel, because it's going to be cold. It's going to be a cold thing. So, also, whenever you get hit, as you can see, like, my arms are red on the bottom left. It slows, gives you mining fatigue. So I'm gonna have to, like, figure out what to do while I wait for that to wear off. You see, I'm, like, eating food and other things. And the vessel's done. I have 1,700 milliliters of bronze. Snacking on that wheat. Like a boss. See, now we're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait, and I'm gonna skip ahead to where we have that bronze. We have that vessel all heated up. So, we need more coal. And I remember putting a coal pile or charcoal pit somewhere around here. And I think this one should be it. Yes. It's a really small pile. It used to be 2, but the other thing collapsed and it was a whole thing. Anyways, so we're gonna refill that, turn it on, and we're also gonna need more charcoal. So after this, I'm gonna go chop some wood. I'll speed that footage up instead of, like, you know, editing it, because editing it surprisingly takes more effort than just speeding up the footage. I mean, they're both editing, but cutting the footage is a lot more effort. So after harvesting all that wood and taking our previous piles of wood, we can finally make another charcoal pile. A full stack. Full 64. Which is awesome. Here we are, just taking a look, seeing if it's melted yet. Seems like it's pretty close. I'm putting the molds in the fire because I want it to heat up. It doesn't really help, but you know, it will make the ingot warm when you take it out of the mold, so that's why I do that. So yeah, we're gonna get all the bronze ingots out and weld them and make a anvil. Here you can already see that we have our ingots and we're welding them together. It's just like a matter of time until we get all the ingots done. Yeah, that's about it. And once we get 7, then we have a bronze anvil. And then I'll show you guys, or I'll just show you guys that I can forge tools. There's also a turtle in the background. You can hear it. It's making like that weird noise. I think I pick it up at one point. I don't know when. It might be later, but I remember it vaguely. So at this part, I noticed that I'm missing 200 milliliters of milliliters of bronze. So I'm just counting it because there's supposed to be like two. I'm supposed to have 2 more ingots. I guess somewhere during the smithing process or smelting. I lost 200 milliliters. So I'm just gonna go back and grab what I missed. Good thing I got extra because never bad to have extra. And here's me, eating food, gaining a heart, and then in Terrafirmacraft, or at least this mod pack, Hardrock, you gain hearts by eating different kinds of food, but you also got to keep your nutrition up. And pretty sure reach day 13 right here. Yeah, we reached day 13, and another thing is, why haven't I skip to the part where we get the bronze. We need charcoal. So there's obviously charcoal like in that charcoal pit we just walked past. So right now we're just gonna, chop some wood and put more piles in while we wait. Because it's never a bad idea to have a lot of charcoal. And you can see here that I get charcoal. I get extra charcoal, and I'm also putting in more charcoal, or putting in more wood to turn into charcoal right after this. As I said, always great to have charcoal. Eventually, we wouldn't have to use charcoal piles. They're terribly inefficient, because you don't exactly get 1-to-1 like wood to charcoal. But we will change that eventually. Not this episode though. Also, you can see me like looking for dirt and things I need to cover it. It's very silly. I think it is, at least. Here we cut to me turning on the charcoal forge, which is awesome because as you saw before, we just got charcoal, so we can finally do it. So you remember what I was talking about previously about you cannot mix metals inside of a inside of a bar mold, ingot mold. And you can see it here. I realized that like eventually I realized that soon. So you see there's like 10 tin. And you can see right here in a second there. You see it's gone. 90 milliliters of copper gone. So I realized like, oh no. That means I also lost 10 tin. I mean it's still there. I just have to fill it up, but I'm not gonna do that. So we're just gonna use the vessel again and grab more tin and copper. Enough to make 1 bar, because that's as much as we lost. Here we are, getting that last piece of copper in. And boom! Now we have to heat up the vessel and grab our ingots. We're probably just gonna like skip the waiting. As you see, we're here, and we can finally combine these, and we have enough. We have enough metal. Or we have enough double ingot bars to make our anvil. Yes, yay! Awesome size. Now we just did the second part of what our goal is, and it has to be steel, but not until after I make some tools, which is gonna be like the most edited part. So we're gonna get this molten stuff out real quick, and I realized that you cannot take it out in the crafting thing. You have to right click on it and it opens up a menu and you can put your molds in like that. There you go. Got our bronze going. Everything's just fine and dandy. It's too hot to open. I accidentally right clicked. Oh yeah, in the meanwhile, we're gonna melt the copper, melt our copper thing, because we need to make a bloomery, and bloomery is super expensive. You need 3,200 milliliters bronze, and the copper anvil is already like good enough to like already half like the amount of copper I need. So yeah, it's gonna take a while to melt that down. As you see, I'm about to make some bronze tools. So here we are. We take our metal, and we want to make sure it doesn't melt. So the thing about smithing in this is like it's all math. There's cheat sheets on how to do it, or not really cheat sheets, but you have to match like stuff and other things. It's really hard to explain. And I'm not gonna explain it, but just know that I'm really cracked at this. And you can see me do it. Not really. It's math. I usually just take a screenshot of what it is. I pause my game and then I do the math. And then I follow, like what I have to press and stuff. But, it takes a lot of time to make these. At least to make them perfectly, because there's 4 tiers to smithing. There's poorly made, averagely made, expertly made, and perfectly made. And of course you want to go for perfectly made because it's like the best. And here we are doing the hammerhead because, it's it's nice to have a hammer that doesn't break, because you will use a hammer a lot in this game. If you're just using stone hammers, you'll be breaking like a billion. And yeah, it's great to have one. And my last forge, I did it expertly forged instead of perfectly forged, and I messed up again. So I've been remelting the bronze ingot over and over, trying to get it perfectly, because I'm really big on the ADHD, just really big on it. So we just keep trying. We'll get it eventually, but anything to pass the time, because that copper anvil takes hours or minutes, like 10 minutes, 20 minutes to melt down. But we're almost there. We're almost there. See? Look, I think I'm about to get it. We just need to reheat it, heat it up a little bit more. And ooh. Oh, no, we remelted it, because I don't know why I'm just dumb and I can't do anything right. Anyways, shout out to Casey. I dedicate me getting this uh hammer tool head to you, Casey. My number. No, never mind. Not this one though. We're remelting it again. We're trying again. But anyways, shout out to Casey. If Casey you're watching this, let me know in the comments, cause I want you to know that this video is peak because of you. You're the only one who not the only one. There's a lot of people who, support me and stuff. But this is a really long section, and it took me so long to make one tool. And I think here's like the final one. There, perfect. We got our hammer. And we're gonna be using this one a lot. Whenever we're gonna forge, it's gonna be that one and nothing else. As we were looking at the anvil, it's at a can weld state. It's almost there. So what we're gonna do next is we're just gonna grab some copper, put it in, because we need to fill up that vessel full of this stuff. I have all this written down and stuff, so I can get the perfect amount. Perfect amount of tin, perfect amount of copper, and we'll get it all melted down. You see, very, very close. I'm trying to keep that vessel warm while also keeping track of the anvil so I don't lose all of that copper. Eventually, it will melt down. And here we finally get it melted down. We have a vessel down there just in case we missed the timing on the vessel in our furnace. So yeah, we let that vessel heat up and we put it in our mold. We make a bunch of ingots with it. And another thing to note is that whenever you use the clay molds, there's like a 1 in 4 chance that it breaks. So you're gonna need a lot of like ingot mold for this, because getting all of this out really eats through them. So I think at the start I started off with like 8 or 6 or 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. So yeah, I started with 6 or 7. Now we ended up with like 2 in the end. But it's fine. I don't think we'll need to make any more. And plus, with other things, don't have to waste all that clay. So yeah, we finally got like almost all of our stuff out. Let's see. I haven't really looked at it a little bit more. I need to look at it more. So yeah, no, I mean, okay, so we got all the copper from the anvil turned into bronze. So now all we have to do is like make the extra bronze needed to make the bloomery. And we also gather our coal. Okay, so if you look there very closely, let's do a replay. If you look here, I make a mistake. So I decided to dig under the piles. And you know what that does? That gives me nothing. I only got 8 charcoal out of that. Usually, you would get like more than 8. Probably like 20, 24, 22. But I only got like 8. And that sucks. That really does. I missed out on so much charcoal because I did that. So yeah, we're just gonna, let this play out, see what happens. I'm eating some cabbage right there because I ran out of food. You can also very much hear like the turtle, or was it the bison? Either one of those in the background. It's very noticeable, at least for me, because I had to replay this while editing. You see, I kind of messed up on the vessel a little bit. The mixture is wrong, so I have to add enough malachite or copper. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll skip to a part where this gets good. Hey guys, editor here, or just me in general, but I might have lost probably wasn't a lot. It's like 10 minutes of footage, but it was boring stuff anyways. Anyways, time to get back into it. What happened is, well, we got the rest of the bronze. We're smithing it right now. We're, doing the things to it. Let's get to that. So anyways, here we are. We finally got all our bronze into ingots, so we're just gonna have to weld all of them together into Yeah, this is gonna be really loud. I had to deal with this. I had to take off my headphones while I was playing the game because there's just that ringing. You know, it gets annoying eventually. Maybe I should mute it in the game, but uh, you know, it's nice to have, but it's also annoying to have. You get used to it, I guess. But anyways, you have to. It's a lot of smithing. It requires like 4 ingots to make this double sheeted plate. Double sheeted plates. And like the double sheeted plates, you have to make like from one sheet. It's 2 sheets smashed together. And to make one sheet, you need like a double ingots. And you need 8 of the double sheets to make a bloomery, which is a lot. 3,200 bronze is a lot. I'm not gonna lie. As you can see, we're getting it done though. We're going through almost all of our charcoal. You know, having a lot of charcoal is a blessing. As you see me, I'm looking at the sky and I'm like zooming in on random stuff. Oh, and also right here, as I can explain, we're gonna make lime water, which requires like flux. So you see I'm crushing rocks, putting in there. You can barely see it, but you know. And I'm making grout. So you get sand, you mix it with lime water, and you get grout. I'm also eating food. And we're almost done with this. We're like, a couple bars, maybe. I don't know. Oh, we need 2 more double sheets. We're almost there. We're almost there. Hey. All right, that's okay. One more. Oh wait, no. We're here. All right, so then we combine it, make our bloomery. Boom. You see, everything's happy. That 3,200 bronze for that small thing. It's crazy. You see the bison right there. He's been chill this entire time. So yeah, I guess move on to some other stuff. And we gotta make iron now. Iron, important. So let's think about how we're gonna do this. So before we get into iron, I decided to work on a malachite, or smelting down all our copper, or refining all our copper into the dust. So yeah, we're gonna do a cool transition all over that until we get to me doing anything but that. So let it rip. So here you can see, I'm basically done with all the grinding, and I'm like jumping all over the place, seemingly happy, and staring at the bloomery, teabagging it, picking up, putting it back down, just being joyful. And and right after this, we're gonna go look for or well, no wait, we already found some hematites somewhere around here. I think it was hematites. We'll see what it was. Let's see if there's a total right there. But right there, yeah. Some nice little bits of iron ore. So that's gonna be, next place we're gonna dig. So here you can see I go up to that tree and I'm like, you know what? I wish I could harvest leaves faster with the shears. So I decide to start making some shears, some bronze shears, perfectly forged, of course. So that's what this next part's gonna be. It's gonna take forever because I have to let the ingots warm up. So bronze shears are surprisingly they cost 200 ingots or 200 milliliters of ore. It's very cool, very manure, very demure, very demure. Anyways, so we get that done. You know what? We'll just skip all the way to the end when I craft it. And here you see I have both the knife blades perfectly weldable, and we do it. We take our coal back, try not to waste coal, of course. We grab our crook, and we're gonna put more silkworms on that tree. We're gonna take the leaves off this smaller tree, of course. And we're gonna mess this tree up. So finally, after we sheared and crooked the leaves, we place our winnings of silkworms all over the tree. We only got like 5. Very, very awesome. As you can see, there's already progress on the tree. It's getting more infested by day. And for a plan, we're gonna, at least I want to put like sluices, more sluices, so we can process more ore. That's why we're digging out this area right here. Of course, we're not gonna finish it, but you know, eventually we will, because we're just that cool. So after that, we end up doing little things. You see, we just made a chest that went by really fast, and we placed it, and we also boiled some more water, and we drink it. That rhymes. Did I mention we also eat food? Yes, very much so gameplay. Here we go off to explore. I mean, we go back to check like the hematite spot, but you know, after that we're gonna look for other spots that have iron, such as limonites. I'm pretty sure there was that one spot in the first part that had limonite, and we're gonna go there real quick and see what's up. So here we are, basically at where we started, and I'm picking up like some limonite samples and other things. You see there's like a pond where it is, and there's limonite samples basically everywhere. So we grab those, make sure that it's like nicely marked on our map. As you see here, I'm opening a map, seeing like the range of where this could possibly be. So as we collect more samples, I've noticed that it kind of seems like the limonite is like under this cave, which is an inconvenient spawn sort of, but it's not terribly bad. I guess the water is a bit annoying. We actually considered making this like where we're gonna get our main iron source from. As you see, I'm like placing all these torches and stuff. You can hear like bones rattling in the background. And so, you know, we blocked off the water so it doesn't get too much in the way. So here we're back. We got a couple stuff. We got ourselves a workbench and some logs, or not logs, I meant some supports and some ladders. So we just decide to, you know, just start digging down right there. As we're digging down, I'm gonna equip my torch so I can actually see. So the thing about this place is, I've noticed that like hardened limestone indicates that like you're on the roof of something, and I've noticed that like there's a cave down there, and there's also like the sound of mobs as well, which is a bit scary, and especially those skeletons. They can one-shot you and just demolish you, and I don't really want to deal with that. So we take down our torches and we plan to go to somewhere else. Now we're gonna cut to me choosing to mine where the magnetite is. Off or between the cut, there was a lot of exploring. I looked
a long time for another place that is iron. I couldn't really find anything. I just ended up basically going in circles looking for a place. So we just decided to go with where the magnetite is. So, we surveyed the area a little, seeing if we could get more magnetite samples on the surface. And we decided to just dig down and find where that magnetite is. As you can see, I realized that my inventory is like completely full. So we just drop off our logs right there. And I also craft like 2 chests because it's just convenient to have a clear inventory when you mine. And we'll get back right to it. And as you can probably tell, it's mining with bronze, especially perfectly forged, is a lot faster than just using like the copper tools I had. So yeah, it's nice. Eventually we do find the magnetite. Here you can see that I noticed that there's raw limestone right there, or hardened limestone. So I get on a ladder and mine it. The good thing is just like nothing but water, but there's really nothing for me to clear out the water with. So I just build my ladder up, and we're gonna try and fill it up with dirt. And we're gonna need a lot more dirt than what I just had there. So we're just gonna go back to my base, grab a couple blocks of dirt, and fill it out. Here we finally find the magnetite, which is awesome, awesome sauce and stuff. And so we're gonna dig it out like this. And that's already a bad sign. You see, we just caused a cave-in right there. Although it wasn't as bad as it could get. So we fill it up with cobble. We try not to make sure it doesn't happen again. Again, if there was like anything on top of me or if anything fell off, I probably would have died. As you see, I realized that all the particles there are just soft. So if I do try, I'm gonna end up making another cave-in or something. And you see, I'm risking it. I really need to place like some supports down. And right here, I actually managed to do that. We got our supports down, then we can mine the other side because it's supported and it won't fall off. So yeah, we're gonna speed this up, show you the mining process and whatnot. I'm like really tired. Been editing this video for like all day. I mean, of course, not all day. I've been taking breaks, but it's late, and I can do a little bit more. I can probably finish it, but just a bit tired. But man, this is a lot of footage. It's like I think it's like 8 hours worth of just straight up gameplay. So yeah, this is 8 hours of Terrafirmacraft Hardrock, and I edited all 8 hours. If you guys are at this point, can you I don't know, go in the comments and say I voted for Small Moo. Yeah, from Smiling Friends, little blue guy. Please do that. Anyways, guys, let's keep going. As you see, it's big process having to feed myself, mine, make sure I don't cause another collapse. It's very neat. Right here, I encounter something. I encounter a zombie right here. It's very, very cool. I kill him. You know, at first I was really scared because, well, if you get bitten by a zombie, you get a zombification effect, and you'll turn into a zombie when you die. It's crazy. It's cool mechanic. It's not that big of a deal. You can get it from drinking dirty water, but that's about it. So here we are. We turn all of our magnetite into crushed chunks, rocky chunk magnetite, and we're gonna sift it. Of course, the amount we got from that was surprisingly like absurdly low. So we're gonna have to like go to a different place and find more, which is gonna be awesome. But first, we're gonna do something equally as important, which is setting up the bloomery. You see, we as I said, lime barrel. Put sand, you get mortar, and you can use that to make bricks. So with the bloomery, you're required to like build it out of like stone bricks or bricks made out of clay. I'm using stone bricks because it's like cheaper than firing clay. I see. I'm checking the recipe, figure out how to do it. I considered using gypsum, but I didn't really want to. I decided to just go for dolomite, which is very accessible and it looks nice. It has like a bluish color. It's cool. So let's see. Let's get ready for it. See, we got all that dolomite rock. We're gonna use our chisel. All right, now we have our bricks. We're gonna turn that into brick blocks. Apparently, yeah. And we're gonna go assemble our bloomery now. Grab our bloomery, and we're gonna place it right here. It's gonna take a little bit, but you know how things are. So the bloomery, there's a height you have to reach, or I mean, there's a minimum height you have to reach, but there's also a max. So as you see, I'm building stairs because you're supposed to load it from the top, so it's a good idea to have stairs. Maybe a ladder to go up and fill the bloomery. You see, I placed the bloomery thingy, and I have a bloomery. Awesome. So here we're gonna make a drawer. I haven't done that yet. I might have mentioned it. I don't remember. So here we're turning some supports into planks. With a drawer, it's basically just putting a chest in the middle of a chest. And there we go. Look, we lost a bit of footage there. I paused, and hey, there's a drawer right there. It's in use. It holds like one item, which is cool, I guess. You can see I'm getting last chunks of magnetite. And it's not a lot. That magnetite deposit was definitely like barely anything. As you see, I'm just organizing the chest a bit. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, here's we're gonna take a bit of a snack. You know, get our bellies full of clean water and beets. Very very normal diets. See, I'm looking at the sun. Pollution there. There's pollution in this game. I'm trying to keep it minimal, but you know, it happens. You see him going down. You also notice that, like, you know, things are a little bit different from last time we've been down here. Cause cause I forgot to turn footage back on, so you know, did some off-screen mining, you know, which is my fault. I forget. Sometimes I take breaks and I pause the video and I just forget to turn it back on. So that's definitely my fault. So I think here we just we go through all the magnetite and I search for more by digging in random directions, but none of it helps and we already basically dug it all. We basically cleared out that whole deposit. You can see me crush the last bits of ore we got from it. It's definitely not a lot, but we also got some raw limestone, so it's always a good thing to have. See, we're gonna toss it in, and after this, we're just gonna go look for a. We could do the other one, but we're gonna look for more, maybe another magnetite deposit. As we're looking, we stumble upon some kaolinite, which is pretty good because you can make what is it? I forgot what it's called. Fire brick. Oh, and then we also find some lignite, which is basically coal. Carboniferous. And here we find some limonites. And I'm pretty sure this one isn't far from our base. You see, they're showing a burrow right there so we don't get attacked by any spiders. As you see, I've noticed that the limonite is actually like inside this giant ravine. So it should be fairly easy to get down there. Let's just head back home, put away our stuff, and as you see, it's like right next to where the magnetite was. So we're just gonna get this limonite crush and toss it in the sluice. Put away some of our inventory. Drink some water as well. And we're gonna have to make some supports and get some planks real quick because we're gonna need to make some ladders if we're gonna want to get down in that ravine. So now we got our ladders, we can head all the way down to where the ravine is. Get that limonite, or iron, as it's so called. You see right here, doing a bit of parkour, very scary. We drop down, land in the water, and we just have the water flow down so we can go down a lot faster without having to do anything. too crazy. Don't want to waste our ladders too soon. You see, it's cool. We place ladders, get up there. We look up. There's a skeleton. We immediately get shot. We die. And a creeper shows up, blows us up, and we respawn. So we're gonna have to go all the way back. As you see, we're already back, and we're gonna drop all the way down. There was nothing to worry about. I think the creeper killed the skeleton as well. Or the mob just despawned. As you see, I'm like looking around. I'm a bit scared to go deeper because I'm afraid there's gonna be like more mobs, but you know, I get over it. And I noticed that I noticed the deposit. You see, I'm jumping all happily. Now you get up there. So the thing with limonite, especially in this type of rocky area in the limestone, it has a they have rubies around them. I can't mine it yet because my pickaxe isn't strong enough, which I didn't know was possible. So we're just gonna grab some rock so we can make a. Oh, and you see I accidentally stepped into the pollution. It makes me blind for a bit. So make the rock. Place that one right there, and we're gonna set up our supports. Just like that. So we're gonna mine some limonites. Yes. As you see, it takes a long time for me to mine the ruby stones. So we're just gonna. So now we got most likely more than enough limonites. We're gonna head back home and put a ladder down. Good thing it's not an incredibly far journey. That would suck. As you see, I crush it, and we're gonna put in the sluices here. So after that, we're gonna remake our current system. I mean, you know, just add more and put them in a different area, not far from where it was previously. You see, we just got all our kerns down. We're gonna make our handstones to fill them up, just like that. You see that small piece of stone and sticks just flew out in the corner there. Always make sure to use the ones you already used, because well, they break, and you can just replace them with a fully well one. I see we got all our magnetite chunks, and we're gonna grind them down. It's gonna be a lot of grinding. Thank God that I can speed this up, you know. I mean, not with my end, not me playing it. You see, I paused for some reason, but you know, it's nothing too bad. It's gonna grind it all for a really long time. And we're gonna turn it down, obviously, because it's annoyingly loud. It's fed up too. I mean, not in game. In game, it's low and rumbling, so it's not annoying. As if we finally got through the magnetite, and we're just organizing a bit of things real quick. Getting our chunks, spacing them out evenly. We're doing limonite chunks now. And while we're doing this, we're obviously having stuff sluiced, like the powder or the dirty dust of the magnetite.
As you see here, even though it's like insanely sped up, I'm doing a bunch of quest things. So it's like, you know, I've skipped ahead of the quests. I didn't do them because, well, I'm a bit lame, so to say. Oh, and this is a nice shot. Watch the sunrise a little bit. Such a cool shaders. You can see like all the sunbeams shoot over the mountain or the hill. It looks so cool. It's so pretty. All right, that's day 22, and we're really close to making iron. I mean, we could already make iron, but it's best to have a lot. So, or it's efficient to do a lot of iron in one burn, because you don't waste that much coal. See, we did a bunch of random stuff, so I cut that all out. And we're gonna grab all our magnetites and limonites. Yeah, so we're just gonna get our briquettes. Make it all nice and stuff. We don't have enough to fill it completely, so we just cut to us having enough. And yeah, just one more. And there we go. I think we have enough. So now we're just gonna grab our charcoal. So with how it works, so for every layer, you can only put like one charcoal in one thing. So you can put like 8 each layer. So 8 charcoal, 8 briquettes, 8 charcoal, 8 briquettes. And I think in total that'll make like 20 or 2,000 milliliters of iron, which is pretty cool. So now we're gonna have to wait like 15 minutes. Meanwhile, we're gonna absolutely demolish this tree. You see how I did a little cut there? Grab the shears. Yeah, we're gonna. You know, I messed up the cut, so we're gonna have to go bald. You see me trimming all the trees, so it's just like one big thing. Chop the tip off as well. We're grabbing all the leaves. We're gonna hit them with a crook. Get as many silkworms as we can from that one tree we just demolished. Alright, now we're done with that. We're gonna place 7 silkworms on this tree. We surprisingly didn't get a lot. You see me just... Oh, I accidentally placed a torch there. Oh, I need to get that torch back! Yes! Caught it midair too. That's awesome. Alright, so now we I'm gonna do some other things. So I think what I plan to do here is we're gonna dig the side of the sail and put a sluice system here. So we're just gonna dig out a couple. And then we're gonna grab some supports after, because we need to support all the dirt that will fall on us. So we don't have to dig less. We don't have to dig the roof of it. Alright, so we got a lot of digging done while waiting for the bloomery, and it seems like it's done. So now we mine it. It seems like it's still warm too. So we're just gonna mine it a bit. We're gonna have to turn on our forge to get it reheated so we can work it into pig iron. As you see, we just getting the last bits here. And boom. So I'm gonna grab our charcoal, turn it on. Looking for fire starter, which is right there. Now we're just gonna have to work this. Alright. We're gonna speed this up because it's a long process to turn this all into pig iron. But you see how it is. You work it with a hammer and it will eventually turn into pig iron. So yeah, we got our 7 double raw iron ingots. So now we got our anvil, which means we can make tools now, which is just freaking epic. You got our hammer, and that's the last bits of bloom. So we're gonna use the rest of the bloom to make ourselves some tools. And then you can see there on the top that there's a turtle. Look at him, he's so cool. I think that's what I've been staring at for this moment I paused, but there's an awesome freaking turtle right there. Oh no, no, he's gone. No! Ah! Ah! Anyways, now we're making some nice tools. Or not nice tools, but we're turning it into iron. Raw iron. Ooh, see right here. Making a saw blade. Cause a saw blade's pretty good. It's a better way of turning wood into planks and stuff. I think it's pretty important. Now we're just gonna make like a pickaxe, a shovel, and other things. I think we also make a iron rods so we can make flint and steel. Flint and steel. You see, look, we're gonna make ourselves a flint and steel. See, we're demonstrating our flint and steel just so we can reignite the charcoal forge. Heat up the last iron rod. No, that's like, heat it up. We can make an iron crook, which is a lot better than a normal wooden crook. I'm pretty sure mine's faster. Hey, so we got like 6 from that chest. Now we're making our iron shovel and iron pickaxe. We've done it. We're on the up and up. So now we've got our iron tools. We've got our iron anvil. We did what we said at the beginning of the video. So of course I'm not gonna end it yet. We're gonna dig this sluice system or whatever it is. This area under the ground. First, we're gonna need like some torches, light it up. Let's I'm gonna speed this up. I'm really trying to like shorten this video as much as I can, but it's gonna end up being almost 2 hours. So let's get a sped up footage of me completing this this thing. Alright, so we just finished digging out most of it. I'm gonna test the water real quick. See where it ends, where it begins. So it seems like right there. That's where we're gonna place our sluices. So we're just gonna dig out a line, see how it flows. Alright, it seems like it's flowing everywhere. It's not that big of a deal. We'll figure it out. So I think my plan now is to move these supports. Oh crap. So yeah, unlike stone, when you remove the supports, the dirt falls, but stone doesn't. I thought it would be the same, but it's not. So I do this again on the other support, by the way. So yeah, we're just gonna get the beams horizontal, and of course, I already told you I'm gonna do it again, and cause I'm dumb. I'm like, oh, maybe it won't do it this time, but no, it does it this time again. So I'm just gonna dig all of it painstakingly, and we're also gonna have to fill it afterwards, which is awesome. Yay! See here this time, I was able to do it correctly. And I was able to do it that time again. I mean, of course I still have to fill it. We'll get to it when I get to it. We finally got our supports and the places where it needs to be. So now we're gonna dig like the places where we're gonna put the sluice. You see I'm like full on inventory. Mining stone, digging gravel, doing all this stuff because it's what I need to do. Alright, and in this next part, we're gonna grab ourselves some dolomite bricks, because I don't just want it to be dirt. So we're just gonna go back down and line it. Also, we're gonna maybe build a bridge across. We're gonna build a bridge across. Because that's cool. And we're very cool. See, look. It's really cool. I'm gonna build these a little higher. I was thinking of making a little ledge, but no, we just decided to go all the way across. We're using slabs because it's a lot cheaper than using full blocks. But, you know, at this point, I don't think I really have to care. Next time, I probably won't really care that much. So yeah, we're just gonna mine things, cover the ground with slabs, make everything look nice and pretty. Drink some water, eating some garlic. Not a vampire, thank gosh. Now we're just gonna dig out a little pathway between the wall and the support beams. You can see we're adjusting. We're putting some bricks beneath the supports, so it looks all nice and pretty. And you see here, I put like this big horizontal beam. I break that, thinking that it wouldn't break the whole beam, but it did. It did, and that's my mistake. So I have to place all this dirt back, fill it back up. It's very it's a bit of a hassle. It's not too bad. I'm fine with it, honestly. Yeah, we're just pretty things up, given the chance, of course. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna go get more bricks, fill it up, get these supports with the bricks underneath. Yes, that's right. And we're almost done. It's day 25. It's day 25. We're doing so great. Getting more bricks, more brick slabs. Then we're going down. So this is where the sluice room is gonna be. And we're doing a lot of digging, because what Minecraft is. A lot of digging. A lot of different things. So yeah, we finally get that done. We're gonna build a place to hold the chest right there. And here we are, we have our chest. We already placed it down some. And we're basically done. All we need now is our sluices, which we're gonna go make. And also some slabs to cover the top, keep the stuff from falling out. Oh yeah, and some brick stairs, so we can cover that area like that. Very, very cool. So we're just gonna put that there for now as we go get our sluices. So now we have our sluices, we're gonna place them down just like that. Make sure the water flows directly to the middle. We're gonna have to cover the middle thing with some bricks. There you go. Just have to break them now. They're gonna go in the hopper, so we don't have to worry about picking them up later. And see me testing out the water. Placing the other sluice. Doing great. Now we're gonna have to get more sluices. Probably gonna have to craft more. Alright, so now we have it crafted. We can now finish this. Oh, I accidentally placed a torch there. Oh, let's grab that one to relight it. Because if you break it when it's unlit, it'll be gone. So yeah, there we go. It's all done. We're gonna have to cover the top now. Place some torches, keep this place nice and lit. Yeah. Like how this is going. Oh, then I need to place some stuff there, make it look nice. Alright. So let's grab these, find these slabs. There we go. Put that there, put some stairs. Alright. Let's Grab the slabs again and cover the top. Nicely done. Now it's all finished. We're practically finished with this. Organize my inventory a little bit. Just admiring my own work. We're gonna stop the water flow there. Some gravel. Try and keep things looking uniform and nice. So yeah, this is like basically the end of the video. We did all our goals. It may have been 8 hours of footage, but we're doing great. We're gonna split this up into 8 with the balancing grid option. We can do that. See? Now we just put it in our inventory and we'll spread it out evenly on the sluices. Just like this. Nice. Everything's going basically just as planned. Nice. So I guess this is basically it. I really do hope you guys enjoy this. See, we got the bloomery and we got our stuff. We got our iron tools. We did everything. And next episode, we're definitely gonna go for steel, which is hopefully won't be as long as getting iron. I mean, it probably took that long because I had to get bronze and other things, do a lot of melting, doing a lot of searching. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it may be like an hour, 2 hours long, but it'll be fine. Anyways, have a great time, guys. You see me like waving the camera around and stuff, doing a backwards walk, getting nice back shots. There you go. Have a good one, guys. I mean, of course, I'm gonna say stuff at the end of the video. So yeah, guys, that was a really long video to make. I sure hope you all enjoyed that, or I hope I get some likes. that was 8 hours of footage. Shortened it down to hour and 15 minutes. You can see the blur in the background. That's me editing. So yeah, that's always fun, always awesome. I probably spent as much time playing the game as I have editing, which honestly I can't complain. I spent a whole day editing this, and another like an hour or two next day editing it even more. And I post it immediately after I'm done. So yeah, hope you guys like it. Hope you like and subscribe. I'm probably gonna put I'm gonna put the old video right here on screen in front of the blur, and also my channel thingy. I hope you guys enjoy this and stay tuned for the next one, because I am gonna make a next one because I really like Terrafirmacraft and I need a reason to complete it, so I'm just gonna make a series about it. I hope you guys join me. And of course, third videos. You think now is like a lot more editing? Third videos, I'm gonna put even twice more effort because I know what I'm doing now. Also, you guys should definitely give me feedback on like what I should do. Would you like me to like put some little funny haha moments, more music? You know, should I do edits? should I cut to like a funny image after something funny happens? Or do you like how chill it is? You know, just me talking over gameplay and stuff. Anyways, I'll leave some questions in the description. I'm not gonna do a summary this time. So I hope you guys all have a great time.
and enjoy this. Goodbye.